What is
Hope you're all doing you're having all a very wonderful day. Now, before we get started into the topic of today, I just want to, put out an invitation out there. If you have any questions, right, related to your real estate business, your real estate day-to-day practice, or anything that you would like to know from us as coaches, right, where we can help you, feel free to ask in the comment box. We will be super happy to help you out. If any questions can be related to leads, to sales, to your online, advertising, whatever it is, when you feel stuck, whenever you feel like I'm trying to figure this out, feel free to ask a question. We will be so happy to get back to you. Right, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Alex, what are we going to talk about today?
So we're talking a lot about, I think, visibility and accessibility, right? And I think, it's so relevant right now, especially with, everything that's been happening. It comes down to the simple question, can people find you? As Liam Neeson said in The Taken, I will find you and I will.
Wow. That's a good.
Serious, yeah. Okay, no, yeah. Anyways, yeah, but on a serious note, though, yeah, but that's basically it, right? So I think it's probably starts with this question to everybody. Those of you who are already an agent, right? Is, do you think that you're visible right now? Do you think that people can easily find you? Right?
Yeah.
Because and especially now where everybody's going online and things like that, right? And everybody's online now. Can they find you online?
Yeah, very good. There's this one word, Alex, that I would like to focus on today, right? We can focus on many words, but it's basically the one word that every agent, they should understand the value of this word, right? How important this is for their business, right? And it's the word traffic, right? Simply, the more traffic you can get, the more likely people would want to reach out to you and would like to do business with you, right? Mm-hmm. And you can compare it a little bit with, let's say you have a shop, a simple shop, right? Would you want to put this shop, where do you think you will find more traffic, right? If you put your shop, let's say, into the Pavilion Mall, right? Or you put your shop somewhere, I don't know, the comparison, maybe somewhere in the jungle behind a tree, right? The point taken is here that you need to go where the traffic comes, right? Yeah. So you have, of course, offline traffic. People go to exhibitions, things like that, and they go to malls, right? This is where a lot of traffic is. But now, with the current situation in the world, that traffic has been asked to, stay at home as much as possible, stay inside, don't go to crowded places, right? So the physical traffic is a little bit gone. Would you agree, Alex?
Yeah.
So where is this traffic right now? Where can we find a lot of traffic altogether? Well, basically, there's only two places. That's how simple our business is, right? Because if you have a retail shop, right, you have to choose between like 100 malls, right? Am I going to put my shop in Pavilion? Am I going to put it in Banda Utama? Am I going to put it in, I don't know, am I going to put it in Mid Valley? Where am I going to put my shop, right? Because you want to get the best possible traffic. But in the online world, there's only two places people go. That's where all the traffic is.
Yeah.
And those two places is Google and Facebook. Yep. That is where 90% of all traffic starts. After that, they go to different places, right? Different websites, different areas, and things like that. But I'm talking about the starting point. Everything is about a starting point. Where does traffic, when people open their laptop, when they open their phone, where do they start? And 90% of all the traffic is either Google or Facebook. So you're talking about visibility and you're talking about accessibility. So can we just make one thing clear? That the importance of you being accessible through Google and Facebook is, in these days, in the situation that we are right now, more important than ever. Then was a long, awkward silence.
Yep. So it's totally covering our faces as well now. So as a lot of brands understanding the powerful of personal branding, right? But not many getting quality followers. right? And addressing both of us, right? What is the internal factor and external factor, which might contribute to the success of our branding and what we must execute, right?
That's such a good point. That's such a good question, man.
That's yeah. Wow, all into one question. Okay, that's really really great, right?
Okay.
I think. Can I go first?
Yes, please.
I'll talk about internal factor, right?
Yeah.
I think the whole internal factor, and if I relate it back to what a lot of people in Malaysia, I think in Asia go through, right, is I think the first thing that you need to really overcome is this. The thought, the belief in your mind that you have to be, how should I say, you should not put yourself out there, right? You should not draw in unnecessary attention, right? You should, it's bad to speak about yourself, right? These are the things which I think a lot of Asians, I'm talking about Asians in general, right? Malaysians especially struggle with, right? Like Taco, how many times have you heard, how many times have you seen people like they struggle, right, in terms of getting online here, right? And I think that's probably where the difference is, right? What I mean by difference is difference between like where you come from, right? Taco, where you started your career, and well, of course in the West, in the Caribbean, more towards the US, and then coming here to Asia, right? And this is also what I noticed as myself as a being a Malaysian as well, is that's actually one of the things which I personally struggle with, right? And I think that's the first thing you got to do, right? You got to be able to put that aside and just put your content out there, because once you are able to get rid of this belief, then you can start to really, like, it's easier for you to start putting out content, right? So I think that's a very big first internal factor, right? It's about letting go of that, and then at the same time then knowing what your end goal is, right? What are you
Yes.
trying to do, right? You're branding yourself, yes. I think it's very important to know the difference between branding to serve your customers or branding for the sake of branding yourself, right? They're two slightly different things, right? And I think personally what I see a lot of people doing out there, they're all branding themselves. That's it, right? It's like, oh, look at me, I've got this, I've got that, I'm driving this amazing, okay, I'm sorry guys if I'm if you are one of these people, but look at this beautiful car that I'm driving right now. I'm a high roller, woo, stuff like that, right? That is cool, right? That's cool, that's fine, but at the same time, it's about knowing who you're reaching out to.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yes.
So that's a little bit about what I think so far, but yeah. What do you think, Taco?
Well, definitely, I think you touched very well on the internal factor for sure, right? What I like about the question Yisung is asking, right, is that many people understand the power of personal branding, right? But not many are getting quality prospect followers. And I would like to give you an example why that is, right? Because Alex, if I would ask you, right, would you, if you could choose, right, would you like to be the specialty shop or would you like to be the mall?
That's a good question, actually. I would like to be the specialty shop.
Okay. I would also like to be the specialty shop. You don't want to be the mall. Why don't you want to be the mall? Because how many people go to the mall and walk out of the mall without buying anything? That is basically the larger group, right? That's the biggest group. The biggest group of people go into a mall and they maybe pass by your shop. Maybe they go into shops, right? But they basically go to the mall, and that is what we call traffic, right? But the specialty shop is very clear on what they're specialized in. So in what the people that go into that kind of shop, those people come already inside with something they're looking for, something they're searching for, right? So let's say very simple that you are a very specialized shoe shop, right? You have a very special shoe, very elegant, high-level shoes, right? It's not for everyone. It's not all people will come there. Not all traffic that will pass by will go inside. But there's a specific type of buyer that likes that type of shoe and likes that type of specialty, that likes the craft of that shoe. So that means the quality of every person that comes in that shop is very, very high. Now that relates back into exactly what you're asking here, Yisung, is that that basically many agents out there pretend like they're malls, right? They are like, I do everything. I do, like, I cover everybody. I like to talk to everybody. I like to cover everything in real estate. But basically they're pretending like being a mall. So all this traffic is going through them, and they're, you know, maybe having some viewers and some people that look, but nobody really knows what your specialty is. So because of that, people are basically not interacting with you. But the moment that you as an agent start going deep into a certain specialty, and that is the one thing that you talk about all day and that you give people advice to, now a big piece of the market is not yours anymore, because you basically put aside 80% of the market, but the 20% that is left, that are going to be high qualified prospects. Why? Because they understand what you stand for and the specialty that you are offering to the market out there. So for that specific specialty, you are the agent they should be talking to, right? And it can be anything. You know, it can be for a specific building, can be for a specific area, can be for, you know, can even be for some agents, they just cover like industrial, right? They're just an industrial agent. I still yet have to find online the one agent that talks about industrial real estate all day, makes it sound interesting, but the one agent that can do that, he's going to be the number one in that area. And every time somebody's looking for that, they're going to go to that agent because they know he became his little mini celebrity because he was able to conquer that market because he was that special agent. So too many agents are treating themselves as a mall, right? I'm a craft of everything. I cover everything. I help everybody, right? And that is basically hurting your business more, because like Yisung says in his thing, he says, yes, they personal brand themselves, they put their face out there, but they're not showing the market what they really stand for and what they're actually specialized in. So they don't get any qualified prospects. They don't get anybody in because nobody doesn't really know what your specialty is, right? So going to that next point, right? What is the internal factor, external factor? Now, Alex already covered the internal factor, right? Like it has to do with your own belief system, with, you know, who you are comfortable with going online, right? Now, what is an external factor that can contribute to that success? Is that like everything in life, and like every single successful business out there, it started all with a very, very well crafted plan. And that plan was not executed in detail, but that plan gave the guidance of how you consistently and frequently put content out there, right? So as you can see, Alex and I come PropCoach Live every single Friday. We don't care if one person is watching, 10 people are watching, 20 people are watching. But this is our consistency, because we believe heavily that by contributing content to you guys, that will help us, that will help our clients and the followers benefit, and they will recognize us, our personal brand, as the specialist in this area, right? We don't talk about anything else. We don't talk about insurance agents. We don't talk about car dealers. Taco and Alex is all about real estate, right? So because of that, we worked on a plan with that. We had a very well-crafted plan, and we're now executing on that plan. We're thinking very deeply, who's our target audience, our target market, who's our audience? How do we want to engage them? How do we want to talk to them? What can we offer them? How can we help them, right? And by doing that step by step, we created a content plan by saying, okay, this is how we're going to contribute every single week. We don't contribute content whenever we just have time. We plan in our weekly schedules. This is when we basically go up with our faces, and this is how we're going to share our content and our value and our beliefs and our advice and our support to our followers. So it's a very well-crafted plan, and we're just executing on that. So coming back to that external factor, I think that we all need to start understanding that social media, personal branding, like overall marketing, is an extremely important part of your business, what you need to plan out and then execute very heavily on. And then need to keep doing it over and over again, and then you will slowly see the returns come back to you again.
Yeah. You know, Taco, when you were just talking about all that, right? And I think it is, coming back to and talking a little bit more about internal factor. I think a very big thing about people, generally, like a lot of us who get into real estate or whether we're in sales or in business, right? We are so indoctrinated. When I say indoctrinated, we're so influenced by what we see in social media that, a lot of us believe in becoming, like we want to be big, right? And we want to be big, we need to get in like everyone, right? As many people as possible, right? And I think that becomes such a strong like belief that it kind of like it works against you, it contradicts you, because when you try to reach out for everyone, you end up getting no one.
Yeah.
Right. So the idea
True.
is that you don't, and I think the big thing, and I'll be very open with you guys, right? This is what I'm personally learning as well, is that you don't need everyone.
Yeah.
That's a big one, right? You don't need to get everyone,
Yeah.
right? Right. In fact, yeah, and so you just got to throw that thought, out of the window, right? And you gotta figure out what your niche is, right?
Yeah.
And then only can you really start to bring real value to the table, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you can probably start to draw in people.
And this also has to do, Alex, because I'm so happy that you touch on that, right? This has to do with that in our business of real estate, there is this kind of belief system, or actually even a lot of trainers use it in their education. We used to, to be honest, use it in our education, but I will not use that anymore because it's sending a little bit of a wrong message, right? And it's basically the belief that real estate is a numbers game.
Yeah.
Right? I firmly believe that real estate is not a numbers game. Real estate is a people business, a specialty business, and most of all, real estate is a feel-good business, right? So it's not a numbers game. It's not like you just need to hit enough numbers and then you will get there. That, for me, that is more like the desperate game, right? Playing the desperate, just working your ass off, putting yourself out there. Sorry for my French, and basically just working so hard, and then putting, like we heard actually today through one of our partners, right, for one of our clients, that there's probably going to be a very big down rate on loan approvals from the banks, right? So they say probably for every 10 deals that you can make, maybe you can only get in 2 to 3 deals to get a loan approval, right? That is going to hurt agents very much. But yeah, can you imagine, working so hard and then maybe getting 10 deals, and then out of those 10, you only get 2 to convert into really where you get the loan approved, right? Where's the the fun in that, right? That is just being desperate in the market. So then I say, okay, what is the solution to that? It's very simple, right? We need to start understanding who we're dealing with, our clients, right? Understand, are they able to buy? Are they able to sell? Is it all within reason? And we as agents need to professionalize ourselves as being like not less than lawyers or accountants, where we help people really, we serve people really with helping them to sell and to buy, right? But in order to sell and buy, they need to go through a certain qualification first, right? Is the price for sellers is 3 simple qualifications. Is the price reasonable, right? Are the conditions reasonable? And can we get an agreement that once we sell that we get paid? These 3, especially in Malaysia, is very hard already to get for many agents, right? Because usually the price is not reasonable, the terms are not reasonable, and none of the agents have a good agreement with their seller, right? So these are the basics that we already have to start with. For the buyer side, it's all about, very simple, can you buy? Do you have the funds to buy? And if you don't have the funds, can you get like a loan approval, a pre-loan approval, so that the bank at least endorsed you that you can buy? Because why would you go around with people looking for real estate if they cannot buy in the first place, right? These are going to be very important factors right now. And looking at, because it's not a numbers game. What it is, it's all about specialized, professional, feel-good business. Do you know your people, and can you help them basically buy, sell in the real estate? The only part that is numbers is the part of visibility, right? Traffic. Do people know who you are? Can people find you? Can they see you? Can they contact you? Are you accessible for them? That is the numbers part. But just doing as many sales as possible and then get a 20% or 30% conversion rate, that is just working so hard until you get a burnout.
Yeah, totally, right? And yeah, absolutely right. And you know what? Another very simple, a simple statement, a simple question comes to my mind right now, right? Taco, if I were to ask you, right, is it possible? Can you please everybody?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, right. And so then why would anybody want to try to get everyone in business, right? Because if you look at it fundamentally, right, for someone to buy from you, they need to first trust you, right? To trust you, they need to also like you, right? To like you, you need to be able to please them, right? But if you cannot please everybody, then you simply can't, you can't sell.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that's another like fundamental kind of like truth that's coming to my mind right now. And I think it's worthwhile for everybody to really think about that and let it sink in, because we're so caught up that we don't think about things like this, right?
Yeah.
And
An old mentor sometimes used to say to me, if you want to understand, he said to me, how do you know if somebody likes you? And then I said, I don't know. Well, they just like me, right? But he says, how do you know if it's real or it's fake? So I don't know. And then he said, well, the only way you can know if somebody really likes you, you need to find people that really hate you. Because if you understand how people hate you, then you also understand how people like you. So he said, like you need to, like once you put yourself out there, you need to just accept that not everybody will like you. It's just a true fact. It's just the way it works. And of course, everything has to be in reason and things like that. But like we sometimes give the example of the US, right? If you get 50% of the people of a country to hate you, you can still become president of the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I like that a lot, man. Like, so yeah. Looks like I have to go find me some haters, and then
I got to go out there and find me some haters. But it maybe haters is the wrong word, right? But you need to go out there and find people that realize that you are not the right man for the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes people approach us, Alex, right? They say, "Oh, we're this insurance company. Can you help us?" And what do we say? No, we can't, because we don't cover insurance.
Yeah.
So this is a different market. We just don't cover that, right? So now you are zooming in on your specialty, and now you're knowing that you're creating enough visibility because other markets are approaching you. But we have to work on more, audience targeted so that we talk to the right people. It's not about talking to the wrong people. It's talking to the right people. But many out there are just saying, I would like to talk to everybody. And quite frankly, then they're wasting a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because they talk to a lot of people. I mean, I see agents all day, right? They have advertising running and they get one message after the other, right? And another message and another message and another message. And they're like literally for 30 days, they're texting, calling, following up, things like that. And then I asked them after 30 days, so how many did you convert? And they say, not that many. So my question is, did you talk to the right people then? Apparently not. And then they say, yeah, but it's a numbers game. No, yes, you are playing the numbers game, but it's apparently not a very good game, right? Because you're losing at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So shouldn't you change your approach then and then start figuring out, okay, how do I talk to the right people? Like Yi Sung is saying, quality prospects.
Yeah, quality prospects.
Just my 2 cents. My 2 cents.
No, yeah, it's true, man. I completely agree with that, right? I think it can't be further from the truth, right? In fact, I think what people are learning now is actually really far from the truth, right? It's not a numbers game. But yeah.
We got another question for you, Sung, right?
Yeah, I see that too. Hi, Xiang. So okay, so
okay, Alex, wait, before you read, can you just put your head a little bit higher?
There we go. You can see me now. So, Yi Xiang, you're asking now, how important do I feel that data analysis will create a great differentiation and increase confidence of the prospect to put bookings via online selling at this moment, and what's the 2 key skills they must master during an online presentation? Love that question, man. Yi Xiang, you're on a roll. I really love these jam-packed questions, right? So I think I'm glad that you are talking about data again, right? Because I'm glad that, from the 3-day challenge which we did, that definitely sank in, right? And okay, here's a little thing, right? And this is coming to me now. Now I get your point when you say about leveraging on data to differentiate yourself, which is good, right? But don't forget the other half of it, right? Data is one thing, but the other half of it, now this is something which you didn't cover in the marketing side, right? But this other half has got to do with you, right? So you can differentiate yourself all you want, but if you are differentiating yourself in such a way that you don't believe in it, or like you're not passionate about it, right? Or you just don't like it, right? Then life is just gonna be hard for you, right? So I think now it always starts with understanding, like, what you truly want, and that's gonna be a process, right? There's gonna be a process. You're not gonna know it overnight. You just need to fix your eyes on one thing and then go with it, and then learn about it and see how you go with it, right? And then at the same time leverage on data, okay? Because then once you have these two, then you can really start to differentiate and really build a substantial brand, especially when you're talking to different people, and people recognize you for that, for why you're different, right? And because you speak, right, and you carry it with conviction, right, it will differentiate you even more. Then they'll remember you, like, whoa, this guy, like, you see what he was really like, and yeah. So that's a little first point to understand about that, right? And that's how from afar, you can start to build that authority, right? Which Taco and myself like to mention a lot, in terms of with your clients, potential clients, how to build that authority and hence give them that confidence in you, right? So it starts with that, right? But now let's say now you're in front of them, you're meeting them, right? You're talking online, right? So now you're asking about the two skills that I think every person, like, if you're in sales or in real estate, what you master during your online presentations. I think a very big thing, and we do a lot of this, we always talk about this during our trainings, is I think the two first things that come to my mind. The first thing, this is more of a soft skill, it's got to do with your ability to stay positive and maintain it, right? Positivity is easy, right? Everybody's easy. I can just put a smile like, hey Taco. Yeah, there you go. See, I'm positive, right? But the tough part is being able to sustain it, right, throughout, right? What I mean by sustaining it, I mean like this, right? Let's say you're talking to somebody and they say like, oh, you know what? I hate this, right? I totally hate this property. How? That's when you need to stay positive. That's exactly when you need to stay positive, right? So that's a big thing, right? And that's how you maintain your leverage, right? And that's, you know how to flip it around. You're indirectly showing them that, look, nothing's going to throw me off. I'm here to find you a solution, and I'm going to do it, right? So that positivity is going to be a big thing, right? Now, the second thing now, I think when it comes to the second key skill, right, I would say is your ability to also ask like questions. These are all fundamentals, right? I mean, I'm sharing with you fundamentals. You got to know how to ask the right questions, right? Being able to present, right, is a given. You need to be able to present, right? I can go deeper into that sense. I'll give you a third one, okay? I'll give you a third one. The second one, let me finish the second one. The second one is about asking the right questions. So, and it's got to do with prospecting, right, Taco? Right? We talk about 3 questions, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask why you're looking for real estate? The second one is what must you have in real estate? The third one is what must you not have in this new piece of real estate? So these 3 is more like prospecting, qualifying, and of course you need to do some ice-breaking questions before that and just get to know them, right? That's how you break the ice and connect, right? And how you connect, right? Taco, am I missing anything right here?
No, you got it, man.
Yeah. And then, okay, then the third thing is, this one's a bit more advanced, right? And we do have it I think in our online program, Agent Accelerator. Could check that out as well. We have an online program where we also have this module on it's actually presentations, right? Doing presentations and viewings, and it's got to do with knowing how to use your voice, right? In communicating. Right? There is a difference between, I'm going to give you a quick example, right? There's a difference between saying, look at this beautiful living room, right? Versus, Yixiang, take a look at this beautiful, large, far-reaching living room, right? Can you imagine what it would be like to spend your time, right, with your family right here? Now let me tell you this, right? Imagine having. Okay, I'm making up stuff right now, right? I was gonna say, can you imagine having popcorn, bursting popcorn, right in front of the television with your kids, and you're throwing it and you're playing around. Okay, by the way, that was a really bad example, by the way, but my idea of showing you that I'm just fooling around a little bit. But the idea now is this, right? It's about knowing how to play with your voice, the speed of your voice, knowing how to slow it down, knowing how to pause. I gave you a very quick overview, but knowing how to use your voice and how you present different points, right? In whatever presentation that you do. So that's the deeper point, right? But yeah, so Isha, I hope that answers your question a little bit in terms of online presentations. And in the long answer short, the short answer basically is that it's not very different from actual presentation.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, actually, I like to think that online presentations, you have different ways to impress people, right? Through your slides, the way you're going to design that stuff, the kind of stuff, right?
True.
Kind of what Taco and I are doing now these days with lives, right? We have this intro video. It's almost like how should I say it? It's like an advertisement, right? I don't know.
Yeah. So Alex, as we're coming close to an end, right?
You know what? Take a look at our earliest videos, right? When we first started, right?
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny, man, because you will see the difference, right? Like how we started and where we are now, it's two different things, right? And and I think in showing that to you guys, it's just a matter of just showing you that it's okay if you don't get it right the first time, just like we didn't get it right the first time. But it's been a beautiful journey, hasn't it, Chaco?
Oh yeah, it has been a great journey, and just happy to see how we have improved on the quality and how we have improved on so many things. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, this is what it's all about, right? You start something, trust me, you will not be the best, but as you slowly improve and slowly review yourself, then trust me, you will get better and better, and before you know it, you're going to be the best in what you do.
Absolutely, everybody. So I mean, it's not rocket science. So it's just a matter of just getting into it, and then we'll all get somewhere. Put it that way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Hey, we are going to bring it to an end here for today. We want to wish everybody a very, very happy weekend. Any final words, Alex?
No, I would just say be safe, especially this weekend. Everybody, I know it's a festive season, but I think just be reminded that we are, we still need to be careful. Put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So be safe. Yeah, be safe. This is a critical moment for all of us, right? So just be safe. Absolutely.
Okay, guys, be safe and make sure you're visible as an agent out there. Huh? Start working on your marketing and social media presence. Yeah. Good luck to you.
You got that, Yusyoung? Yeah, you got that, Yusyoung? I'll see you online, okay? Okay.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.